remember the power of God, but we also remember the love of the woman, the blessed woman, who consented with her fiat to say yes to Jesus. We honor her. We give her respect, and we give her love. One question that's always asked of me by my non-Catholic friends: why do Catholics worship Mary? We don't. We can't. To worship anyone other than God would be idolatry. Would be a terrible, terrible sin. We do not worship her. We honor her. We honor her for what she did. We honor her for what she does. We honor her for what she has become. We honor her for what she continues to do for us and for the church today. To worship her? No. To honor her? Yes. That's the big difference. Yeah, we honor her a lot. We honor her in stained glass. We honor her with statues. I honor her every day. I say a prayer to her every day as I wear a scapular around my neck, asking her to protect me during the day. So we honor her. And we ask for her protection and guidance. And we give her dutiful homage. The second infallible statement of the church comes in 1959 under the pontificate of Pius XII. The church had always taught that because Mary became a tabernacle, because she was honored to be the Virgin Mother, because she was a sinless one, that God honored her. That at the moment of her death, that she was consumed into heaven. I want to read a quote from the Second Vatican Council. The fathers of the church state, "Finally, the Immaculate Virgin, preserved free from all stain of original sin and all sin, was taken up body and soul into the heavenly glory, when her earthly life was over, and exalted by the Lord as Queen of all things, that she might be fully conformed to her Son, the Lord of Lords." Any questions about the lady? Part 2. Part 2 deals with saints. Tuesday of this week we celebrated a great feast in the calendar of the church. We celebrated the Feast of All Saints. Those men, women, and boys and girls who are now in Rome in the Lamb's Book of Life and shares eternity forever in glory. The book of Revelation, we were taught the other day, said that there was 144,000. Well, in today's world, 144,000 is not very many. But in the time when John Patmos wrote the book of Revelation, 144,000 he thought was an astronomical number. He was looking for a number that would just kind of blow people away. So today we might say 144,000 or 144 trillion, some type of number far beyond the national debt, something that we can't even comprehend, of those who are dressed in white and have their place in the kingdom. Those saints. A saint is anyone who is in heaven. Our goal must be to get to heaven. Our destiny and the reason we were born was to go to heaven. So our goal is to one day be a saint. But that scares the shit out of us. You know. Ain't no way, you know, God, ain't no way. But you know what we share with all the saints? With all of the saints, we share one thing. Is that all of us were sinners. All of us were sinners. The saints and you and I share in a sinful nature. Yet they did two things. They loved God and they begged for mercy. And they did their best. And that's what God asks for us. To love Him with all of our hearts, all of our minds, and all of our souls. To love Him. To ask for mercy. And to do the best. If you Google patron saints, I came up with 21 pages of patron saints. I did not run these off for you. I figure you can Google that just as well as I did. But I thought it was pretty. It was they're intercessors and patron saints. You name it, there's a patron saint for it. For phobias. Any of you are afraid of snakes? Huh? Afraid of St. Patrick. He's the patron saint for phobia of snakes. Any of you are afraid of mice? Rats? Gertrude is your hero. For those who are deaf, those who are looking to think about whether I need a hearing aid or not, Francis de Sales is your hero. Those of you who are looking to have cataracts removed or have problems with your eyes, St. Lucy can help you. If you want a job to be a grave digger, if that's your inspiration in life, then maybe St. Anthony can give you guidance. If your goal in life or your aspiration, you think you want to work for John Witzel and be an undertaker, then your saint to pray to is Joseph of Arimathea. I pray to St. Jude all the time. St. Jude is one of my heroes because he's the patron saint of hopeless cases. And so, you want to sell your house? And you can't sell your house? St. Joseph's your man. He's your man. Barbers, Cosmas and Damien. Bookkeepers, Peter Celestine. Luke. Doctors, Nicholas for children. Accountant. There you go. Matthew. So there's all kinds. I thought that was pretty interesting. So how do you get on this list? How do you get on this list? How do you get on the list of canonized saints? And this is not all of them. This is just 21 pages of this person that he looked them up. And I'm sure that there's more than that. There goes. There has to be. There ain't enough pages. First thing you got to do in order to be a canonized saint is you got to die. That's the first thing. That's a prerequisite. You're already dead. You cannot be a canonized saint if you're alive. And it used to be that there was a great longer period of time between death and the actual nomination for canonization and your name being put up. But here recently, that length of period of time has really been shortened to only a few years. And that began when John Paul II began opening